Long time no see, sports fans. How's it going? Welcome to another edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast on YouTube. I am Charles Taylor, and I do have Patrick Brackett with me. Say what's up, Patrick.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Yes, sir. So let's dive into these topics real quick. Break down the Final Four now that it is actually down to four teams. Again, we're going to jump on LeBron James and his cryptic tweets and other questionable comments, and RG3, Robert Griffin III, going to the Cleveland Browns. We'll discuss how we feel about that. So, Patrick, let's begin with the Final Four. So, it is set. We have Oklahoma, Villanova, Syracuse, and North Carolina. So, I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah.
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 The only thing I can really say, is, hey, I still have my tournament winner in there because I did pick North Carolina, but everything else, nah, man, I ain't have this. So,
I was way off.
so what are your thoughts, man? I mean, about how the whole tournament went and the four we have left.
Well, I mean, it happened exactly how we thought it would. You know, there was a legit 19, 20 teams that could make a deep run, and it just so happened it was these four. Now, Syracuse, I didn't think was going to be one of those that went that far, but
You didn't know they were going to be in the tournament.
Yeah, a 10th seed. I mean, dude, I don't even know what to say about this tournament. But look, you got some really good games. I mean, Villanova is a fantastic team. Oklahoma, I didn't, much as you don't want to admit, this team was pretty good. I mean, you got what's his name, Buddy.
I admit they're good. I mean, I give Oklahoma their props. I hate to, but I mean, but they're good. They are.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, Buddy coming back for his senior year, the dude is making a very strong statement that he should be a first round draft pick, high first round draft pick too. So, I mean, it's a good game. I mean, it's my prediction. I got Oklahoma winning the game. Even though this is not who I had in my Final Four by no means whatsoever, but I would have Oklahoma beating Villanova, and then your tournament champion is probably going to beat Syracuse. I don't think Syracuse has what it takes. Syracuse plays a complete zone defense all the time, and UNC can beat that. They showed it in the tournament in the past couple of games. So, I mean, I see it Oklahoma versus North Carolina.
One thing about Syracuse is we have to give credit to when they actually came back against Virginia, they were able to bring that press, which I personally, I don't understand why Jim Boeheim does not go to that more. I mean, I understand the zone is the primary defense, but throw in a wrinkle.
Yeah, and that was a big one that last game, dude. That press was flat out just that was Virginia had no answer for it. I mean,
they got sped up.
What's that?
They got sped up. I mean, Virginia is a team that likes to be methodical, be deliberate, run that shot clock down, and execute. They're a very efficient team, and I think Syracuse saw this zone wasn't working. I mean, they were down by 15 points, so they had to do something to speed them up. And you throw that press in there, and you get them doing things they're not quite comfortable doing. Virginia, from what I saw, they broke the press a good amount of times, but they just couldn't finish. It's almost like they panicked once they beat the press. They're like, "Oh no, you got a 2-on-1 break. Let's
do with my hands?"
Yeah. Let's turn the ball over.
Yeah.
So,
whoa, that was just too easy. Syracuse, you right there. I was like, when I watched a little bit of the game, and I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but the part of the games that I did watch, man, I watched a lot of the first half where Syracuse stuck to the zone defense, man, and I don't get Syracuse in this dedication to the zone defense. I have never understood it. I mean, I'm surprised they went this deep. I mean, hell, we were surprised that they even made the tournament, and here they are, Final 14. I don't know why they stick to this zone defense. They are committed to this zone defense. But when they started pressing, man, Virginia had no answer for it. And anytime this team presses, I mean, it's like the other team, they struggle with the press. So I don't know why they don't. Like you said, I don't know why they don't do the press more often. But hey, you gotta give them props, man. They're in the Final Four.
Yep. I mean, it's one of those things when you look at a team like Syracuse, they're hard to prepare for because they play that 2-3 zone. And the way they play the zone, it's a little bit more aggressive than the normal 2-3 zones we're used to seeing. They like to play more passing lanes. They like to try to get out there and get some deflections. They try to swarm, they'll trap out of the zone. So it's an aggressive or a more aggressive form of the 2-3 zone Syracuse likes to play. But even still, it is its own defense. If you're able to get into the cracks, which on a 2-3 zone, it's right there at that foul line area, which can make the zone collapse. And then the guy who catches it in there, he can either shoot it himself from the foul line, or he can find open shooters because the zone is collapsed.
I mean, and I'm gonna tell you, North Carolina can exploit that. So I mean, I think Syracuse is going to have to really push on this press defense to really even the playing ground against North Carolina, because North Carolina has some shooters, and the way they play, man, I mean, this team is really built to kill a 2-3 zone. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting game. I just don't think Syracuse has the endurance or the ability to beat North Carolina. So I see North Carolina, man.
And another thing about North Carolina, they do like to play fast. They would rather get up and down the court anyway, and they're deep. When North Carolina can go
with 8 people
with their bench, so I mean, I like North Carolina in the game too. Of course, I mean that was who I picked to win the tournament. But
you must be liking them really well right now going against Syracuse, though.
Well, I mean, the thing is Syracuse. I mean, they're familiar. I mean, they are both in the ACC, so Syracuse has a little bit of familiarity with them. I do think North Carolina will win, but I mean, Syracuse is on this run. Looks like things are just going their way right now. They got in here. They're playing with a huge chip on their shoulders because they know a lot of people did not think they would be in the tournament. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was close. Not at all. I mean, I think Syracuse is scrappy enough to keep it close, but at the end, I think North Carolina's depth and skill will just take over, and I think they'll win. Probably about 10 points at least.
I was thinking about the same, about 10 to 12. I think North Carolina, I think that depth's really going to help them out a lot, especially veering into about 6 minutes left in the second half. I think that depth will really start kicking in because Syracuse is only playing with 6 players, 5 or 6 players, or 7 players, 6 or 7 players, whatever it is. And North Carolina's been playing with like 8 or 9. So,
and that Villanova Oklahoma game. I don't know who to pick for that one. I like Villanova's toughness, man. They're gritty. That game against Kansas, where they were sitting there just scrapping with these dudes, getting into those guards. I like Villanova's toughness. Oklahoma probably has a little bit more firepower than what Villanova has with Buddy Hield, and then the other 2 guards. I think it's Isaiah Cousins and Justin Woodard. Those guys can do a good job of taking all the pressure off of Buddy Hield, and they're going to need that.
Yeah,
against Villanova. Villanova is coming with just a scrappiness. They're pretty deep in that backcourt position, and they have a stretch four in Jenkins who's pretty good too. that game to me is pretty close, man. I mean, I think.
I got Oklahoma 4-5, maybe 6. I mean, I think it's gonna be a lot closer than. I mean, I got Oklahoma winning, but 4 points. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if this is like a 72-73 game. Unless Buddy Hill catches fire like he did last week, dude. Boom, damn, dropped 37 points on that team. 8 3-pointers, dude. He was on fire. I think he went 8 for 10, dude, behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, he was unconscious, man. Step backs. I mean,
that one shot like 6 feet behind the 3-point line.
Yes.
I was like, damn, that Steph Curry stepping out of the parking lot, start shooting 3.
Yeah, Hill can shoot, man. And one more thing before I guess we move on. I'll pick Oklahoma to win this game too by about maybe 3 or 4. I mean, but it wouldn't surprise me. This is one of those games I wouldn't be surprised either way. I think Villanova can win this game, but I'll go ahead and I'll pick Oklahoma. The thing with Hill, real quick, give this man credit because too many times when you see a player get into their junior year, they're thinking pros. They are.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about going to the pros. And then I guess he went and he said, let's see where my stock is. So I guess he got with some of the, I guess, scouts or whoever to stock would be. And I guess he was told his stock wouldn't be that high. So instead of saying, well, I'm going to go pro.
Late second round.
Yeah. So I guess instead of just saying. Right. So, well, it's just 2 rounds in the NBA draft. I mean, it's just either.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So yeah, they said mid to late second. Then I forgot about the. Yeah, but anyway.
So I mean, he got that feedback, and you know how a lot of these players are. They're just thinking, well, I'm gonna go pro anyway, and then they end up in the D League or playing overseas in Turkey or in wherever, Spain, China, wherever. Buddy Hield said, you know what? If my stock's not that high, I'll go ahead. I'll come back for my senior year. I'll get better. And now, just like you said, high first round draft choice is what he's looking like he's going to be because he came back, he worked on his game, put that extra time in, and this is what you have. Led his team to a Final Four, and they have a shot to win the whole thing. So we'll see how everything turns out. Well, Patrick, let's talk about RG3.
Dude, before we get on that, I have to say this, dude. Did you see the hit Duncan Keith put on Charlie Coyle with his stick today?
No, I did not.
Dude, he is like suspended indefinitely right now.
Really? So Duncan Keith, the defenseman for the Blackhawks.
Yeah. Dude.
Really?
Yes. Dude. Insane. He's like suspended indefinitely right now.
Wow. That is not good for the Blackhawks. And the NHL playoffs will be starting here in a week or 2.
Yeah, he's ducking, dude. It was like face. I mean, Charlie Coyle's nose is just like gushing blood, dude.
Wow.
And he got back. Well, I don't know if he got back up. It kind of paused in commercial. But yeah, dude.
Boom. I'll have to check that out, man.
Like right in the face. Dude.
I'll have to check that out.
Insane. But yeah, I had to say that real quick. Okay, go ahead.
So we're jumping on RG3 here, and RG3 decided to go to the Cleveland Browns for a 2-year deal. So Patrick, I remember from the first webcast we ever did, and for all y'all who subscribe and watch this webcast, go and check it out. See how far along we've come since then. But Patrick has said that RG3 was out of his mind for thinking he was the best quarterback in the league. So, Patrick, does that mean he's even more out of his mind for going to the Cleveland Browns?
Well, no. Where else is he going to go? You know what I'm saying? There's no way he's staying in Washington. All right. It was quite obvious from the get-go that this guy had lost the team. So then they get the new coach in, and coach he lost the coach even before the coach even stepped foot in the locker room. No, I mean that's Kirk Cousins' team now. Washington that's Kirk Cousins' team, and it was known ever since. You like that? You like that? Yeah, that was Kirk Cousins' team from that point forward. RG3 didn't stand a chance. I mean, dude, you said it. He never stood a chance in Washington anyway. So now he fast forward a whole season, and now here he is for the Cleveland Browns. What's this? 22 quarterbacks in the last 15 years, 10 years, whatever it is, and 4 in the past season.
25 quarterbacks with RG3 now.
Yeah. Okay, and that makes 4 in the past season. So this is going to 3 in the past season. This is going to make the 4th one, and he ain't even started yet. So I mean, this is it's quite obvious you don't make a move like this unless he's starting. We know Johnny Manziel is.
He's already off.
We'll talk about that later.
He's already got cut. So
yeah, he's gone. So, but I'm talking about how stupid that dude is anyway. But look, RG3, he had no choice. I mean, he's going to Cleveland. He had to. I mean, there's nowhere else for him to go. Nobody wants to deal with it. I mean, I don't think he's that bad. He's just so injury prone that it's hard to rely on a quarterback that's out for most of the season, his entire career already. So no, I don't think he's out of his mind going to Cleveland. I think Cleveland's out of their mind taking him. That's
look, I don't think Cleveland's out of their mind. Why? Because they needed somebody.
Oh,
Cleveland, yeah. Cleveland.
Go get somebody that's durable.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. RG3, I guess he had talked to the Rams. I think he talked to Denver. He talked to the Jets. I mean, I don't know all the dynamics into why he went to Cleveland. I guess he felt like that would be a good situation for him. But in Cleveland, they don't have anybody right now. The only thing they have is tight end. They have a tight end. They have Gary Barnidge, and that's it. Offensive line lost. Huh?
That's the reason why he went to Washington. That's a guaranteed start.
Well, they drafted him. That wasn't anything that he chose. Washington draft. They moved up to draft him. You remember that thing that they did with St. Louis?
But at this point, I do remember that. But at this point, he's not starting for Washington, so he's got to go somewhere so he can start. So Cleveland's the only team that's going to start. He's going to start for. He's not going to start for the Texans now because what's his face is there from Denver.
Well, the other teams, they were kind of in need of quarterbacks too, so that's why he went to come talk to him. Because I'm pretty sure he could have started in LA, even though that I don't know why they decided to go with Case Keenum for their starter, but I guess they decided to go with Case Keenum because I mean these are all the teams he had talked to, and Denver, they lost 2 quarterbacks, which I guess they weren't expected, and then the Jets don't know what's going to happen with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So that's why they had went to talk to RG3. But yeah, I mean, he was pretty much knew for sure he was going to be starting in Cleveland, like you said. So I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with it. It really wasn't any type of a doubt that he was going to start there in Cleveland because they're not going to start Josh McCown. I mean, come on.
No.
So
well, and on top of that, you're probably looking at RG3 getting franchised there pretty quickly. So,
but if you're gonna make a move like this, which is what I was gonna go to with Cleveland, if you're gonna make a move like this, again, they don't have anybody really. They have Gary Barnidge, the tight end. Offensive line's in shambles. Their best offensive lineman, Alex Mack, actually went to the Falcons. So, yeah, I'm sure you like that. I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of Georgia love since everything else is kind of garbage. So,
but you remember me telling you that was a mistake when they got rid of him anyway.
Right.
Don't be surprised if Roddy White's back next year.
Well, I think he's going to Carolina. But
if he goes to Carolina, we'll never get him back.
No, but the thing with Cleveland, if you're gonna make this move to get RG3, well, then you better build around him. You need to go ahead, you build through the draft, see if you can get if you're gonna get the wide receiver Josh Gordon back. We know how potent he is, but he can't stay away from the hashes. So, so we'll see if he can come back. But if you can get him back, you have a bona fide receiver there. Go into the draft, get some offensive linemen, get maybe another receiver. You're gonna have to start building the team. And this is the time, if you're Cleveland, if there's ever a time for you to build the team, it's now. You got a new head coach,
new quarterback, and nobody to play. So here's your chance. I mean, they should be putting out freaking resumes for water boys and all that shit too. Go ahead and just draft get a whole new everything. I'm surprised Cleveland didn't go to LA.
Well, no, I mean, look, the NFL's not that crazy. They weren't going to move Cleveland out of there. They already moved to Cleveland. They already lost the first Cleveland Browns team. They went to Baltimore. They weren't going to do that to Cleveland. And like you said, Patrick, the Rams are that reusable, recyclable condom anyway. You know what? They're talking about that team because they're talking about adding games in China. And guess who's talking about going to China?
Rams.
Rams.
Rams are like, well, look, whatever gets us out of LA, I'm good. I'm tired of all this semen around me. I don't blame you, Rams. I don't blame you one bit. Go to China.
What the hell you go there for? You know what? No.
Yeah. No. Hey, the Afghanistan Talibanis. There you go. There's your new football team. The Afghanistan Talibanis.
If you didn't want to go to LA, then why the hell did you go there? Damn.
Because they got no choice.
Garbage. No, money grab. You know how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. But look, go to Afghanistan. You'll sell out. You'll sell out there. There's money there. People will sell their guns just to go to a game.
Yeah,
and then get their guns back.
That's awful. Terrible. Well,
I'll give you the towel off my head to go to that football game.
The Rams. Wow. Well, back to Cleveland for a second.
Yeah,
the Rams. We'll talk about the Rams later. But yeah, Cleveland. Yes, if you have RG3, because I mean, I think RG3, it's very apparent he needed a fresh start. He needed to get out of Washington. The coach, like you said, Jay Gruden, didn't seem like he even really wanted to coach RG3 anyway. And plus, he was always hurt. So Kirk Cousins is the guy there. Time to get a fresh start. If Cleveland is the best place, then by all means, let's see what he can do with it. I mean, I would like to see him do well, but man, he needs some help there. And that's going to be up to the management to build a team around him.
Yep, absolutely.
So, Patrick, all right. LeBron James.
You ready?
Another LeBron James rant coming up. Huh?
You always want me to rant, dude.
No, I know. But Patrick, do we have to talk about the talk we had beforehand when you said, I want to rant on LeBron James because of his tweets? That was you this time. That wasn't me.
It was me. It was me. I admit this. I mean, it was me.
All right. So let's talk about some of these tweets, or what they call cryptic tweets, that he was making about teammates and all this stuff about having to get things together and just his general behavior, unfollowing the Cavs on Twitter, all this crap. Oh, but here is the comment. So apparently he was talking about creating another super team with Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and CP3, Chris Paul. Here's the funny thing with this, because a lot of people,
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And this is the funny thing about this, because people swear, these are some of your hardcore LeBron James fans. People swear he can't leave Cleveland. He's not leaving Cleveland. He doesn't want to deal with that backlash. If that super team is going to happen, it will not be in Cleveland. That is not happening. First of all, Cleveland doesn't have the money.
Second of all, New York does.
So, well, there's going to be some restructuring. So if he goes to any of these other places, there's going to have to be a little bit of restructuring. Because we can break this down. Let's break this down, Patrick. We go ahead and break down team by team. And I told my dad this because I said, look, if he's talking about doing this, this could happen sooner than later. And here's why. Let's start with, well, okay, it's LeBron. So LeBron can leave next year because he's always got an out clause. So we already know that about LeBron. Let's talk about the Knicks situation.
Oh, okay. We'll start with the Knicks.
Let's start with the Knicks. Carmelo, not quite in the best situation there. He's under a big contract, but to see if he talks about some sort of a buyout or whatnot, if he really wants to go play to try to have a chance to win a title, maybe like he probably should have done before he signed this big contract with the Knicks, if he was so much about winning. So
if you're about winning, you don't sign with the Knicks.
Yeah, so because he had the chance to go to Chicago, but he wasn't going to walk away from $50 million more. He wasn't going to do that.
It was about the money. When we talked about this, it was about the money. $50 million, I'd go and get my butt whipped at New York too. $50 million. I mean, I don't care. $50 million. I'm like, well.
What, or instead of Carmelo?
Carmelo. Hey, coach, I'm tired. Sit down for a minute.
So
pull me out. I'm tired. You shot one shot, Carmelo. Come on, dude. Dude, $50 million, man. I'm tired, sweating. Hey, you're only 30 seconds into the game. You shot one shot. Get your ass on the bench. I'll go in 15 minutes.
So that situation is a little. We'll see where that goes. Let's go down to Miami. Dwayne Wade, right now, year contract, right now. He can opt out, or he'll be a free agent basically next year or after the season's over. Now,
or he can do a buyout.
Well, I mean, no, his contract's going to be done. So after the season, he's going to be a free agent anyway.
Yeah, but if his super team can happen next year, he can do whatever.
He have to buy out because he won't be under any contract. That's the thing. Once the contract expires, then he's just a free agent anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is Carmelo's stuck right now in New York?
Yeah, Melo's stuck. I'm talking about D Wade.
Right, but D Wade only has 1 year left on his contract, so that's at the end of next year.
No. He's a free agent at the end of this season. He signed a year deal before this.
Okay. This season. Okay. I didn't know it was this. I thought you said next season. Okay, so so right there it tells you they're going to New York.
So you got D Wade and his situation, and then let's go to Los Angeles. Chris Paul's still under contract, but his contract I think expires next season.
Mm-hmm.
So the Clippers, I think they're going to get broken up anyway after this season, because I don't think they're going to get any further than the Western Conference semifinals once again this season, and there's going to be some breakup. This team's been together for 5 years, and they're not getting any better. They're going to have to mix some stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said, man, I think this could happen sooner than later. Now, I'm thinking if this super team is going to happen, I'm thinking maybe the year after next, it might happen. If not next season, I don't think it will happen next season just because of other variables involved there. But I can see that happening in a couple of years, definitely. And LeBron probably won't be in Cleveland anyway, so it really doesn't even matter.
Yeah, well, but LeBron's going to have to make his choice. I mean, so I don't think he's going to be in Cleveland next year either. With all the signing that they've done with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving and and everybody that they got at Cleveland, I don't see LeBron James staying because he doesn't like anybody there, and he's already starting to have troubles with the coaches that he put in place. I mean, like, dude, you got this head coach hired, and now you're having problems with it. Who can work with LeBron? I mean, seriously, I'm wondering if his wife is like happy the season comes around, so he is never home.
I think LeBron. The funny thing is his coach, the coach and the GM. I guess they talked to him about his behavior. He's really acting like a spoiled, childish brat right now, and it's just look. Steph Curry has taken over the spot of the most talked about player. He just has. Now, again, we could talk about the ability and all that other stuff. LeBron probably still has the best ability in terms of the full package. But in terms of what people are talking about right now, that is not LeBron anymore. That is Steph Curry. That bothers LeBron. I don't care what anybody wants to say. If everybody wants to try to make excuses for this man, that bothers him. That's one thing. Number two, because of that, it's all these tweets and stuff. It's an attention. It's attention grabbing. He's trying to grab attention. That's what this boils down to. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he got with his team, his advisors or whoever, and said, you know what, man,
I gotta get the spotlight back on me. I got
yeah,
to.
man.
I need it. I need it.
I'm tired of hearing about this Steph Curry thing, man. This has been my spot for 8-9 years because the LeBron James Sports Network, I mean ESPN, has said they've just given me a pass all along. So you know what? We need to go ahead. We need to start throwing out some cryptic tweets and go ahead and get people talking about me again. And now he sends these scripted tweets out. He makes this comment, which why would you do that? You know where you're at right now. Why would you make a comment about playing with your boys? Why? That makes no sense to me.
Like you said, it's just to get attention. And at this point, that's what he's thriving for. When you're not talking about him and you're talking about Steph Curry, which don't get me wrong, I mean Steph Curry's doing his thing, and the way it's looking, what we got like 9 more games, and they got to win 7 out of those 9 to beat the record. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm hoping, I'm kind of hoping and praying that Cleveland makes it to the finals again, so that Steph Curry can whip that ass again.
Yeah, I mean the Eastern Conference, man. I mean, I just did it again. The Cleveland is right. They're right for the taking, man. But are one of these teams of the East gonna step up, man? That's the thing. I don't see it, man. Because if there's a team that can step up and do this, Cleveland might not make it out of the East. This is a team they're still searching. They're still searching for an identity. I mean, that's the thing. You look at Cleveland right now. I understand they have a good record and they're the top team in the East, but they're still searching for an identity. They still don't know how to get the most out of their big 3. Kyrie Irving, off and on. Kevin Love, off and on. LeBron James, either cryptic tweeting or talking about playing with his boys or working out in Miami. So he don't. It's just a mess. And this is supposed to be your leader. It's supposed to be your leader, and this is the stuff that he's doing. It's a crazy way to lead.
Let's look at Cleveland. Let's really look at Cleveland right now, just for a second. In the past 10 games, I'm bringing it up so I can get my stats right. In the last 10 games, they're 6-4. That's the worst they've been in the last 10 games in a while. 1.
They have a better record with David Blatt than they have with Tyronn Lue after the change.
Exactly. And that's actually going to be my next point. So 2, there you go. 3. Look at that. Dude, they're only 2.5 games above Toronto right now. At the half point, dude, they were like 9. Now they're 2.5. I mean, in Atlanta, I mean, look at Atlanta. Atlanta's even making strides to catch up with them. Atlanta went from 7th to 3rd. 6th to 3rd, whatever they were. So, with Atlanta getting Chris Humphries, man, I don't know what Chris Humphries did, but he sparked something in Atlanta. So now Atlanta's playing well. Miami, D Wade is actually playing the freaking game, and they're doing better. So, I mean, I don't know who's going to step up. I don't know who's going to take it, but I can tell you right now, man, those three teams could do it. Well, Toronto maybe not, but Atlanta and Miami could.
I got no stock on Toronto, dude. Too much pressure on Lowry and DeRozan to carry him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they need a big man. I think they need a big man, like a big man.
I did. Oh, one more thing about LeBron that upset me. Moodiness. They got beat. They lost Thursday night. They lost at Brooklyn. All right. Brooklyn. Brooklyn beat these dudes. And in that game, Patrick.
He was already eliminated from playoffs.
Yeah. And in that game, Patrick, LeBron James, first three quarters, right? First three quarters, 30 points, 13 of 14 shooting in the first three quarters. Fourth quarter, only took 2 shots. Did not move. On defense, did not move. On offense, he didn't get a foul called. He was complaining. And people want to make excuses for him. Oh, well, the coach sat him down too late. And when he got back in, he was upset. Who cares? When your ass is called to get back on the court, you get your ass back out there on the court and you play. Stop acting like a whiny baby. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? You come out there and what? And for what? To prove a point? You just don't want to shoot because you want to prove a point because you're upset because the coach sat you down too long? That's the dumbest stuff I ever heard. He's got to be the most divalicious dude I have seen in a while.
Nice word, by the way.
You like it? Divalicious. That's the vocabulary word for the day, man. That might be a new segment we start on this show. Divalicious.
Well, I can tell you right now that segment will be owned by LeBron James and Bryce Harper.
Divalicious. But dude, that's the stuff that's this is supposed to be your leader. Can't lead like that, man. That's not gonna get anything done. And I don't see how any of those other players can say it's okay. Now I get, well, it's LeBron, so it makes it okay. No, it doesn't. Well, stop giving this man a pass.
Kevin Love will tell you that it's not okay. That's the reason why I like this dude. I mean, I don't like Kevin Love by no means, but in Cleveland right now, I like this dude because he points him out. The leader.
No, you got Patrick. You got to do the head roll. You got to do the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I swear, I thought Kevin Love was going to give whiplash to himself the way he's done that.
Dude, I thought he broke his neck. Yes.
Yeah, but let me say my piece and I'm done. Let me say my piece and I'm done about LeBron. You're right.
For tonight.
For tonight, yeah. You're right. This dude, he's ever since he went to Miami, he's gotten on my nerves. I got 3,297 nerves, and he's on every damn one of them. He sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Look, he's a great player. As a person, he's ugly. He's an absolute ugly person. Deep down in his soul, he's an ugly freaking person. And I just can't stand people like that. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I hate him because I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and not hate people, but I despise the way he acts. I despise his situations that he puts himself in and then cries when he's in them. That's my problem with LeBron. And until he fixes that, he's always going to whine. He's always going to try to get his way. And teams are either going to bow down to him or they're not. And if they're not, he's not playing with them. And if they are, then he may give them a chance and take his talents somewhere. But if he's trying to shoot for an all-star elite team, he may get it. But this right here tells you right here, if he gets it, he can win 6 rings. He can win 20 rings. And I will not give him credit for crap because it took him putting together the freaking dream team to get his rings. He's a baby. He needs to stop. He needs to pop his mom's titty out his mouth and grow up. Now I'm done.
Well, yeah, I think it's just one of those things. It seems like he'll just always find something wrong with the situation if it's not perfect, which that's not going to happen. If it's not perfect, then he's going to find something to complain about, and he's going to try to blame everybody else. At some point, he's going to run out of people to blame. He's going to run out of things to blame. And this is why I said, especially when David Blatt was fired, that there's nobody. This does not work. This is nobody else's fault but LeBron's. It's a situation, like you said, he created. He's the one who decided to come back to Cleveland. He could have stayed in Miami. He had the chance to stay in Miami and see if they could have made another run at the title. No, he said he wanted to come back to Cleveland, wanted to try to lead the team, his hometown team, bring a ring to the land. And now it's not working out off of a team he wanted. Remember, had Andrew Wiggins, drafted, traded him, get Kevin Love in there, gave Kyrie Irving a big contract. So all this stuff is stuff built around him to succeed. If it doesn't work, you guys, nobody else to blame but him. And I want to see what happens because I don't see Cleveland winning no title this year. So here comes another opt-out year, and we're going to see where he goes. Because just like I told Stan this, had a conversation with Stan about this the other day. And I said, look, man, LeBron could be gone next year. I don't see him really coming back. He said, do you think he could? Really? You think he'll take that? Yep. I'm not putting nothing past the man. Why would I? Why would I?
I had him going last year. I'm surprised he came back for this season.
I figured he'd come back.
Huh?
I figured he'd come back for 2 years.
I was surprised he wasn't gone at All-Star break his first year back.
I figured he'd come back for at least a couple of years, and then
he's already gone to Cleveland. He's already gone. After the third quarter of this last game, he's gone. He's already checked out. He's already searching for a new team.
Well, I'm sure we'll have some more LeBron conversations as the playoffs start. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. Be sure to check in with us later on in the week. We will do the baseball preview because baseball starts on Sunday. So be with us during the week with that. Our picks on the division. Patrick is very happy about this because baseball is his favorite sport, so he's all about this one. But yeah, we'll check out the divisions. We'll look at the divisions, who we think will win the divisions, and we will give you the picks for the playoffs, the wild card, and who we think will be in the World Series, and of course, who will win the World Series. So that's coming up, and you have NHL, NBA playoffs will be starting coming up in the next month. And let's see, anything else? Yep. And continue to like the page, subscribe, like it, post it, Google Plus it, all that other good stuff. Telling you Twitter is coming on. I've been looking at it, so we'll be on there soon enough. I promise. Life has hit us in the face. It's okay. We'll get on there. Is there anything else I'm missing, Patrick?
College lacrosse. The playoffs are coming up, so.
Well, we will look at college lacrosse too. Now this one I'm gonna have to look at a little bit.
Well, you know how I am. I like hockey. I like field hockey. I like tennis, and I like baseball, dude. So yeah, there was a really good team between who was it? Virginia and the Hoosiers or whatever. I think went in like 2 overtimes. Man, the freaking game was nasty. So, but yeah, it was a good. So that's coming up.
Oh, and real quick, Patrick, just real quick. So there was a quick little topic: Connecticut basketball, the women. People are saying they're too dominant. People are saying they're killing the sport. Dumbest stuff I ever heard. I just wanted to say that. Dumbest thing I ever heard. If people want to beat UConn, get better. How about that?
I agree.
Better.
You don't want them to run the scoreboards. Dude, just like Cam Newton said. I've been waiting to say, dude, you don't want me to dance. You don't want me to dab. Keep me out of the end zone. Done. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Michael.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, I agree. If you don't want them to beat you, get better.
Yeah. I mean, people are like, "Oh, UConn is killing the sport. They're killing the game, man. I don't want to watch them blow out a 6-8." Well, them other teams need to get better. That's all it is to it.
I'm saying right now, let me be on that. Let me be on that court with Steph Curry. I'll push him down. As soon as he goes up for a three, and then I come out of nowhere with like a hockey mask. And as soon as he got off that bus, boom! You ain't shooting no threes today, baby.
Patrick, we'll talk about your dirtiness next show. Until then, we'll talk to you guys later on in the week for our baseball preview. So until then, everybody enjoy the rest of the sports. Continue to watch the Warriors as they pursue the Chicago Bulls record. And let's see, anything else? Oh, yeah. And in the NHL, the Washington Capitals have wrapped up the President's Trophy, so they'll have home field ice advantage for as long as they're in there. And just enjoy everything that's going on during the week. And we will talk to you later on in the week for the baseball preview.